hate these random sales calls. All right, continuing. Part 2. So you got 38 out of Godwin, 33 out of McCaffrey, 25 out of George Kittle. Danny, 26 out of Baker, who finally showed up. 17 out of Edelman, 15 out of Devontae Parker. 112. I mean, it's not terrible for Danny, but, I mean, you crush another opponent, 158. Have you scored less than 150 this season?
Yes.
Okay.
Once. This was tied for my second lowest score of the year.
Christ.
Also, can we talk about MVP Mitch Trubisky on Sunday? He got me a 20-pointer.
Oh, okay. Honorable mention.
Yeah, just wanted to throw that out there. Also,
mean, when you can make it work starting with Trubisky, you know you have some magic going for you this season.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. Also,
I don't know what you did to Sean in the offseason, but the algorithm seems to like you.
Good. Baker put up 26.
Mm-hmm.
They have a really easy schedule the rest of the way.
Yeah.
Except for their one game against Baltimore. Mm-hmm. They might end the year 9-7 after a terrible start.
Chargers aren't going to finish 9-7, that's for damn sure.
We know.
Anything else on this one?
Not really. That's about it. I think Danny's accepted that he's in the lower bracket now.
Yep. Playing for those final weeks. I mean, he's hello Sally, my old friend. It's an appropriate team name.
Oh, I do have one thing. Danny made a comment about he'll be happy watching me lose in the playoffs. That type of comment is hurts and should not be allowed. I would vote that Danny takes an L the rest of the season.
Well, he only really has one more game, and then a total points competition for the?
I think so.
For that, I mean, I was going to talk to this once we got to the standings, but I mean, I've never been in the made bracket, so I don't know how the fuck it works. I mean, what's it like, Jeff? You've been there.
No, I haven't.
What?
Have not.
No, you went there once.
Nope. I've been close.
I was hoping that joke
have
would land
not
better.
Been there. Good effort, though.
Fuck. I really have nothing to look forward to now. Next up, Mason versus Zach. Wait, Mason choked?
Yeah, Mason choked this away.
Okay, so DeAndre got him 27. Allen Robinson got him 26. Nick Chubb got him 25. Zach got 31 out of DJ Moore, who continues to steal points from the better receiver, Curtis Samuel. He got 22 out of Will Fuller, who continues to steal points away from the better receiver, DeAndre Hopkins. And Deshaun Watson got 21 points. Zach wins 131 to 117. What happened to Mason's team? It's a pretty good trio, scoring 75 points. The rest of his players only managed 47?
Yeah. Well, he had
42?
Driscoll, who got him 14, but a couple big ones were Amari getting a 0.
Oh, yeah.
That game was just tough fantasy-wise.
Man.
I was watching that game, and it was pouring. Dak and Brady had a real hard time throwing the ball. It just wasn't going to be a fantasy-friendly game. You never expect Amari to get 0, but I doubt he even gets 14 in that kind of game.
Seth Roberts outscored him.
Yeah. This was actually a very... Mason lost an opportunity here.
Yeah.
Because he could have taken control of the bye and that number 1 seed because Anthony clearly has the tiebreaker over him.
Yeah.
And they're tied going into the last week. So Mason does not control his own destiny at this point.
He needs a win and an Anthony loss.
Yeah.
Yep. Sorry, Mace. I mean, I did my part. It'd be a shame if I beat you and Anthony loses next week. Be a real shame. I mean, you just hate to see stuff like that.
You do.
We'll move on. Next up, we got Matt versus Jake. So Matt got 36 out of Fournette, who finally found the end zone. Darnold's finally playing well. He got 30 points. It's Derrick Henry's season. It's like mid-November through December. Derrick Henry decides to show up. And so Matt totals 137. Jake, he got 27 out of Michael Thomas, 25 out of Drew Brees, and 20 out of Garoppolo. 137. Matt ties again and loses on tiebreakers again.
Yep. Yeah.
Ouch. especially when he had a shot at the record, getting in on record, but it looks like that's gone to hell. What else do you see from this matchup?
I mean, both teams were pretty similar. Some big point totals out of a couple of their guys, and then some single-digit point totals out of others.
We can't all score 150 plus every week, Jeff.
I've gotten lucky. It happens.
Yeah, I mean, right? I just hear the judgmenty tone in your voice.
There's one judgment I have to make on this matchup.
I got to stand up for the 99%ers here. We can't all draft Godwin, McCaffrey, Dalvin Cook.
You all could have, except for McCaffrey.
Patriots defense.
But Jake, with a terrible decision, gets lucky in starting Greg Olsen over Jared Cook.
I feel like that's something we say every week. Jake, a terrible starting decision. And, I mean, his hit rate's probably better than mine, but maybe we'll have to look out for that next year. But yeah, how much did Greg Olsen score?
Olsen had 9. Jared Cook with 21.
Yeah, I mean, Jared Cook.
Jared Cook's the reason Jake won on the bench. Yeah. Right, but if he just starts him, he wins outright.
Jared Cook, why'd you have to get hurt earlier in the season? Okay, moving on. Now I'm even
Big
more.
Sim?
Now I'm even more. Yeah, probably. All right, so Sean, God, he's everywhere. And Jess. So Sean got 34 out of Ryan freaking Tannehill, 27 out of Zach Ertz. I started Goddard. 26 out of Jameis Winston. Just got 37 out of Landry, 25 out of Mark Ingram, and 11 out of Russell Wilson. Real big fall off there for Jess's top scores. But Jesus, man, okay. How did he get 34 points out of 10? How is this happening? He got 155. Okay, so Sean, we're going off the rails here. Sean wins 155 to 111. What do you see on this one?
I mean, this is the same thing with Lamar last night with Tannehill. Like, Lamar last night has 160-something passing yards, right? Mm-hmm. But he ends with 37 fantasy points because he gets 5 total touchdowns, right? Tannehill is similar, right? Tannehill with 260 pass yards, but he's got 2 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns. Those rushing touchdowns from a quarterback are real valuable.
Yeah,
right?
A little bit of Konami code kicking in.
Yeah, also Sean, Big Sim trusts in Jameis and the Bucks like some of us do, and it pays off. Jameis might be the most exciting player in the NFL right now. And I say that in all seriousness because on any given drop back, he could throw an 80-yard touchdown pass. He could throw a pick 6. You never know what's going to happen.
I did watch some of that game, or maybe it was probably Red Zone. And, like, every time Jameis dropped back, he's under pressure. He's, like, stepping up in the pocket, like, ducking, moving around, and then just, like, throwing some freaking prayer ball up. And
I mean, Jameis might lead the league in passing yards, touchdowns, and interceptions this year. Like,
Triple Crown.
Yeah, guys just on another level.
We'll call it the Jameis Award. I think that's like a Brett Favre thing, but Gunslinger. Man. But, I mean, the main story here is Sean gets 155, and it's the second highest scorer on the week, and the highest scorer not Jeff. So, distance himself from the pack. Let's take a look at the pack after that week's action. So, you're on top.
Oh, you want to? Okay, so here, I got it. So, we got 4 teams that are in playoffs, right? 4 that have clinched based on record. You have me as the 1 seed. Then either Anthony or Mason as the 2 seed, whoever wins that division. And then Jake is also in. He has 7 wins as well.
Yeah.
Right? So their point totals don't matter. Those 4 teams are in no matter what because no one else can catch them record-wise with 1 week left. After that, we have Zach. He's at 1578 point-wise. He is 46 points ahead of Sean, who is the next closest to him, And he's 108 points ahead of Matt Hale, who is the second closest person to him.
108? No, he's not. Oh, wait.
Yeah,
you're talking
Matt's
about Jake. Sorry, you're talking about Jake.
No, Zach. Zach to Matt is 108 points. 1578 to 1470.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So, Zach to Sean is 46 points. Right? So, Zach is, for all intents and purposes, in the playoffs based on points. Right? He would have to have, even if he had the lowest scoring week of the season at 50 points, Matt would have to have 158 just to tie. Right? So, Zach's pretty much in.
Yep.
After that, we have Sean, right? Sean's been on a tear the last 3 or 4 weeks, right? Points-wise. Sean is 46 behind Zach, but he's 62 ahead of Matt. He's 67 ahead of Jess, 84 points ahead of you, and he's 120 ahead of Danny. So the only person that's really out of it right now is Danny, right? You have a chance, not a very good one, but you have a chance. An 80-point gap happens every week in this league, somewhere, right?
I feel like my team has a 200-point game now.
You might need it.
I have some good matchups. I have some good matchups this week. But yeah, I mean, it's okay. So this has been, I mean, pretty much dead. 0 chance. Very small chance. If this were like a Yahoo probability, or you ever see those win probability graphs, it'd be probably like 97%, but maybe 98% probability that Sean, well, maybe not necessarily that Sean, but that I'm not going to get in. It's probably a little more likely for Matt. He's down, what, you said 62 points?
Yeah, so Matt and Jess are both down a more realistic 62 and 67 to Sean. Right? So that means, Sean's puts up...
week.
Let's
Jameis
say he puts up 80.
5 interceptions or gets benched or gets hurt.
Right. Sean puts up 80. That means they need a 150, essentially.
Yeah.
Right? So...
That's possible. It's certainly... Yeah, and that's definitely more likely than Sean putting up 60 and then me putting up
160.
Yeah.
Or 140.
Yeah. So, but yeah, possible. And anyway, my motivation for this week, lately it's been a trend of the simulation is for sports teams to blow 3-1 leads. Was the Indians that did it first to the Cubs when the Cubs won their World Series. And then Golden State did it. Golden State did it first in the same season.
It was around the same time.
Yeah, and then thoughts and prayers, lifelong Las Vegas Knights fan here. They blew, was it a 3-0 lead? Or was it 3-1?
I think it was 3-1.
Last year to the Sharks. I think another team did it to the Capitals. The Capitals came back, maybe against the Bruins. I'm probably misremembering that. Maybe we'll give some incentive for Danny to watch because we talked a little hockey. But so you're telling me there's a chance?
There is a chance.
As Gimli once said, what did he say? Fuck, I'm gonna fuck this up. I should have read it. Small chance of success, certainty of death. What are we waiting for? I'm ready for week 13. I don't know about you. Shall we talk Thanksgiving stuff? I mean, I don't really. Do you want to? I mean, you're just gonna trash Thanksgiving, and I don't want to give you a platform. That's not what the wine mixer is here for.
All right.
We are pro Thanksgiving dinner, despite what Jeff says.
We are not. If Thanksgiving dinner were that good, we'd have it year round. It wouldn't be a one-day-a-year thing.
Okay, well, there's Christmas. It's pretty much the same thing.
No, you don't have turkey on Christmas. When is the one time? There's only one time a year where turkey is the main dish. Turkey is like the worst meat to make a main dish. It's great on a sandwich every once in a while. But like,
I'm about to have a turkey sandwich right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's a decent sandwich meat. I'm not hating on that, but it's never a main dish. It's never the main. Right? Like, stuffing is all right.
Benjamin Franklin would be disappointed. So turkey was almost our national bird. Or
I'm also not about celebrating genocide.
they're raised for one purpose, and it's to fill our tum tums on Thanksgiving.
That doesn't make it good.
That's a good. Okay. I have no way to spin this, other than you're 12-0, so I'm not gonna. I don't have the fight in me. I gotta save it all for my team this week. I gotta try to. I can't waste time.
I can appreciate that.
Trying to debate a dinner that gathers people around. And maybe the turkey is bland, so you can get the flavors of a family conversation.
Hey, so that's a different conversation. Thanksgiving as a holiday, great. I love being around family. I think that's awesome, right? We should do that more often.
Mm-hmm.
But the Thanksgiving dinner, trash. Right? But I love what it does. Bring the people together.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe that's just part of the...
Kick the turkey out, make ham the centerpiece. Will be better.
Ham? Really?
Yeah.
Ham's all right. It's not... I don't know. It's not that much better than turkey.
Honey baked ham is significantly better than any turkey.
Honey baked ham is pretty good.
All right.
The debate
we get on to week 13?
We can talk about it next year. I'll come prepared next season. I've been too busy tilting this season. Yeah, let's do it. Me versus Mason. Mason projected for 128. He's going to roll Daniel Jones, of course. Projected for 20. Matt Ryan projected for 17. Not sure who else is. He's got 3 quarterbacks on his team, so they all show up. I'm projected to get 23 out of Lamar. Tyreek Hill may or may not play. He's projected for 19. That'd be really, really nice if he could score 40 instead. I'm rolling Jared Goff. He's projected for 19. They play the Cardinals, so...
They'll put up points.
Maybe. Cardinals 32nd against the pass. I'm also going to roll Brandon Cooks. I'm also going to roll Gerald Everett, so I really need that game to blow up in order to have a shot. What do you see in this matchup? Is Mason going to beat me and take the division, or...
just matchup-wise, I actually like what you have going this week.
Mm-hmm.
But, in reality, this game matters for Mason on whether he has a chance at a bye or not.
Mm-hmm.
But, you really need to put up a 180 plus this week to have a chance.
I believe.
Lamar at San Francisco is going to be tough. Jacobs in Kansas City, there's potential. Tyreek, there's potential. Chark, there's potential. I like what you're trying to do. You're going with, you're using your guys that are playing against, not so great defenses.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there is a chance, but I'm putting this at less than 2% chance you get 180. I'm saying you're going to end around 125.
Okay,
I do think Mason will lose this.
Okay. It would be pretty nice to finish on a win with Mason, spoil his playoff seeding at least. Next up, we have Jake. Jess projected for 118, 22 out of Russ, 21 out of Rodgers, 16 out of Kelsey. Jake projected to get 25 out of Thomas, 22 out of Drew Brees. It seems like every week that's what they're projected for, and that's what they hit. Kirk Cousins projected to get 19. Who's going to win this one? Jake's the favorite.
I think Jake wins this, but again, this matchup means almost nothing for Jake.
Mm-hmm. This is like the opposite of whose line is it anyway. The points do fucking matter in this case, and they're pretty much the only thing that matters.
Right. And
besides Mason and Anthony.
If Jake wins and Mason loses, Jake gets the 3 seed. Mason gets the 4 seed, right? But...
Which could be good because nobody wants to face you as the 4 seed.
But I think Jess needs some big points, and she's got, Ingram's going against San Francisco. Russ is going against Minnesota. Aaron Rodgers has potential against the Giants, but she just doesn't have, the ideal matchups that you want.
Mm-hmm.
So I just don't think she gets the 160 that she needs, or that she'll likely need. I think she's going to be closer to her projection around that 120 mark.
Another year right on the fringe for Jess. I feel like every year she is that first team out.
Well, Jess almost, like, I don't want to say almost always, Jess a lot of years has terrible starts to the year. Right? Like, even this year she had a rough start. And then she comes back and wins like 4 or 5 in a row to get back into it. If she could ever figure out how to start, she'd probably have a significantly better chance at winning one of these.
Yeah. So, I mean, maybe look at your process, Jess. I know you don't listen, but...
Matt will relay the message.
Yeah. There. I mean, you're right there. You're right there for being a perennial playoff owner. Mixer member. Sure.
All right.
Moving on. You versus Matt. You're projected for 159. 28 out of McCaffrey, 21 out of Kyler, 20 out of Josh Allen. Matt's projected to get an optimistic 22 out of Leonard Fournette, 17 out of Brissett, and 16 out of Darnold. How much are you to win this week by?
So Matt mentioned to me last week, well, first off, this matchup matters for, I believe I already have the record in a season for longest win streak with 12. This would give me the undefeated regular season, which I want. Like, that would be nice. It also means I would beat Matt twice in the season. And Matt last week brought up to me that his and our matchup the first time was the closest matchup I've had this year. And it was a 15-point win. I think he's got some good matchups this week, but I think I have some decent matchups as well. But I actually see this as kind of like a 140-ish for both of us. I see this being pretty close. Hopefully I pull it out, but my bigger concern than anything is just everyone stays healthy.
I think everybody just wants. Well, I mean, this is the last chance at being a blemish on your record. If you lose any point after this, then no title, and it'll be nothing.
I know.
You'll be the.
I'll be the Patriots.
You'll be the.
Well, it depends on when
2008, 2007.
Yeah.
Pats. I was thinking about the other day. As what's the word? Strange, as much of a joke as Eli Manning's career has been, or maybe just, downfall has been. He won he won 2 Super Bowls, and he probably has and was the quarterback to maybe the 2 craziest catches of all time.
Yeah, they're up there.
With OBJ's, catch that initially broke the internet, and then
the David Tyree.
Yeah, and then the Tyree catch.
Yeah.
I'm sure every hack radio host mentions that, but I just thought I'd join the club.
That's smart.
That's how you get paid. By the way, like, subscribe, turn that little bell on, and comment, fuckers. Anthony versus Danny. He's got some roster decisions to make. Anthony's predicted for 106. That can't be right.
That's because he has Mason Rudolph still starting, who's not playing this week instead of Mahomes.
Got replaced by a guy named Duck. By the way, I don't know if anybody's keeping track, but so cover photos for TWIM this season, 2 for Mason Rudolph for all the wrong reasons, and then 2 for Lamar Jackson.
There you go.
I don't know what I'm going to use this week because I didn't watch any of the games after 11 o'clock.
That's rough.
For the first time ever. That's how upset I was. I didn't even watch after halftime. I've never done that.
That's hard.
Yeah. Okay. So, Anthony's predicted to get 26 out of Mahomes, 20 out of Dak, and 18 out of Devontae. Danny's predicted to get 21 out of Brady, 19 out of Saquon, and 18 out of Edelman. Is Anthony really going to be the underdog in this, in kind of like a must-win situation?
I mean, a little bit. I think Anthony's team definitely bounces back here. He's had a couple rough weeks in a row, but I don't think it bounces back to where it was earlier in the year. I think he still ends up around the 120, 130 mark. Danny, like some of these projections for Danny's players, I would be interested to see the ESPN projection machine. I'm not against Saquon at all. But, like, he's been so up and down this year, I don't understand how you project him for 20 points.
Yeah.
I mean, he's scored 20 twice this year, and he's been under that every other game that he's played.
He's not getting the ball as much either.
Yeah, I mean, that's the tough thing with Daniel Jones, who runs it himself,
yeah.
right? He's not dumping it off to Saquon. You know, so that's going to be tough, but I don't know. I see Anthony winning this. I think Danny's going to go out with a whimper into the Maid Bowl.
Limp into the Maid Bowl?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. We'll see.
Anthony's going to win it and claim the division title.
Suck it, Mason. Next up, Zach versus Sean. Last regular season match that we will be reviewing this season. Zach is projected for 122. It's got 21 out of Wentz projected, 19 out of Zeke, 18 out of Deshaun Watson. Sean is projected to get 23 out of Jameis, 20 out of Kamara, and 19 out of Foles. I need Jameis's arm to fall off, and I don't know. I don't want to wish injury on anybody not named Jameis Winston. But Kamara predicted to get 20. I mean, it's going to be tough, but what are the chances that Sean doesn't put up 100 points? We'll leave that as a threshold.
I mean, I think Sean gets to 100 pretty easily this week.
It's got Gurley, Mike Evans, Calvin Ridley, who's been doing well.
That Jacksonville defense, it hasn't been great this year.
Cortland Sutton's going to get shut down. He's going to get Derwin James.
Ertz against Miami.
Dallas Goedert season.
You know, Gurley
starting.
Gurley and Kamara have good matchups. Evans has a good matchup.
Who's Tannehill playing?
They play Indy. That'll be tough.
At Indy?
Yeah. You know, but I think Sean gets to 130, 140 this week. And I think Zach
We're supposed to give people hope.
I'm not. I think Zach stays above the 100 mark and just shuts everyone else out. I don't think anyone scores enough to overtake Zach or Sean. I'm sorry, Rob.
This is going to be the ultimate deep fake. Sean's going to program it so, you know, he puts up like 60 points and be like, well, see, it's not me pulling the strings, guys. I could have made myself easily make the playoffs. That's what I'm hoping for. That's the only shot. Everybody's going to be watching the scoreboard for what Sean does. Except for Anthony and Mason, they're going to be watching it for their own matchups. But yeah, that's that's the outlook. And then what? Then it's a tournament for second place. Third place game is going to be lit. Every year I try to say that's where the real action's at. You know.
Look, I'm guaranteed the third place game right now. At least.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, exactly. Get on board with the third place mafia. 3 p.m. That's what we'll call it. I don't know. We got to make some t-shirts or something once we get to the 50 subscriber mark.
There you go.
I mean, maybe we can come up with some plans
share this with all your people, guys.
Yeah, exactly. There's some useful talk in here. Not just for the mixer. And
if you want, comment, we can make this more we can make this more useful for you guys.
Yeah, we want feedback. So give us feedback in the comment section of the YouTube video, not the mixer, not the mixer thread, because it'll just be flooded by, Danny sharing stuff about cartoons, Mountain Dew, and
I hope Danny saw that the Blue Jays signed Cole yesterday.
Well, he didn't. Yeah, I'm sure he did. But I mean, the guy's having a rough week, so
I know
we can't rub it in too much. But that's it. Unless you got anything else to add.
That's all.
Tony Reality. See you guys next week. Good luck. Let's get it. Epstein didn't kill himself.